Is Kieran Tierney on his way back to Celtic Park? Maybe it's aye, maybe it's no.
As we travel with you far and wide, through the triumph and struggle, we're there side by side.
What's happening, Celtic family? I hope you're all doing well. Well, it's Thursday morning and I've woke up to find that Kieran Tierney, there is a possibility that Kieran Tierney could be coming back to Celtic. Now, is this going to happen? I don't know. We've talked about Kieran Tierney and it's been said about Kieran Tierney coming back to Celtic before. Nothing really happened with it. But I must admit, I'm quite excited that Kieran Tierney could be coming back. Now, I know, you know, that Kieran Tierney is injury prone. I get it. But Kieran Tierney 100% will quite happily come back in there and be the best left back in Scotland once again. The guy is phenomenal. The guy is a great defender. So it looks like Arsenal are not willing to extend Kieran Tierney's contract, which would see Kieran Tierney leave Arsenal and leave the Emirates in the summer. So what he can do is he can go and he can talk to other clubs in January. So what would happen is that if he was to move back to Celtic, Celtic would speak to him in January. They would do the deal in January, but he wouldn't come back to Celtic until the summer. From what I'm reading, that is what would happen there. Now, I know that this might divide some people. It's a very small minority of people who didn't understand why Kieran Tierney had left before. Now, it's a simple reason. It's money, right? And what people are saying about, well, he just left. He left us because he wanted more money. I'm not necessarily talking about Kieran Tierney wanting more money, although he would have wanted more money because it's a short career. Football's a short career. It's all right for us going on about our daily lives. Football is all that Kieran Tierney knows. And he is injury prone. His career is probably going to finish earlier than some because he is so injury prone. Now, what I didn't get was there was, as I said, a small minority of supporters who really probably didn't treat him with the respect that he should have been treated with. The boy was brought up a Celtic supporter. He was a lifetime long fan who used to attend every single game with his dad before he got into the first team. And even after he got into the first team, even when he was out injured, you used to see him in the stands. He used to be there in the stands supporting his team. Now, there was a small minority of people who just couldn't see the bigger picture here and couldn't see that it wasn't just Kieran Tierney who went to Arsenal for financial reasons. Celtic made a lot of money out of Kieran Tierney. Do you not think for 1 minute he didn't really have an option in the matter? I'm not saying he would have stayed because, as I said, it's a short career. Football in general is a short career, but for Kieran Tierney, I think it's even going to be a bit shorter. I don't think he's going to last the test of time and what you'll see some players last. I think he's too injury prone and he will finish up early. So he needs to make as much money as possible to carry on his life's journey. What does he do after football? I'm pretty sure he'll find something else to do, but within football. But he had to think about what it was he had to do. He had to think about his future, and I absolutely get that. I, for one, would be absolutely delighted to see Kieran Tierney back. And the thing is, let's not beat about the bush. He's a great left back, and we need someone to come in there and fill in that position because they've got Alex Valley there, who's going to be going back to Barcelona. Unfortunately, I think Alex Valley would have been an absolute brilliant signing for Celtic, but I don't think we've got the option to sign him. So he's going to go back to Barcelona, and God knows what's going on with Greg Taylor. I thought that would have been done by now. It looks like Greg Taylor looks to be happy at Celtic, but yet still no agreement between himself, the club, and his agent. So only God knows what's going on there. And if Kieran Tierney does come back, you've then got a wee bit of a decision to make between Greg Taylor and Kieran Tierney. Because as far as I'm concerned, Greg Taylor's not done that much wrong. For me, he's not. I know some people might not like Greg Taylor. I personally like Greg Taylor. I don't think he's really done that much wrong. Does he get caught out of position a lot? Yes. But his work rate is brilliant. And I'm quite happy with Greg Taylor there. So then if Kieran Tierney was to come back, does Kieran Tierney just take his position and he goes straight in there? As I've said before, we've heard this before. We've heard this before that Kieran Tierney, there was a possibility of Celtic wanting to sign Kieran Tierney and take him back to the club. But I don't know. I think this one holds a wee bit more. I think there might be something in this just for the simple fact that I know Kieran Tierney was at a charity event for Celtic in this, I think it was in the summer, and in London. And I know he was speaking to Brendan Rodgers. I know Brendan Rodgers has obviously got a soft spot for Kieran Tierney. He had him at Celtic before. Not only that, but when he went to Leicester, I don't know how true it is, but there was talks about him taking him to Leicester because Kieran Tierney was just going through that patch there where he wasn't getting a game for Arsenal. So he obviously thinks a lot of him. And so that to me, I think there might be some sort of truth in this. I think there might be some sort of talks about Kieran Tierney making his way back to paradise. On more transfer news, I know Celtic have been looking at a young 21-year-old Norwegian. I can't pronounce his surname, so I'm not even going to bother my arse trying to pronounce it. I know they're looking at a left winger, which is great. I don't know too much about this guy. I don't know. I haven't even read up too much about him, but to have another winger is definitely another position that Celtic need to go for, and we'll see what comes of that. I don't know how true this Kieran Tierney story is. I hope it's true. I hope to see Kieran Tierney. I've said that since the day he left. Used to be my wee guy's favourite player, and I used to say to him, don't worry, he'll be back. So I would love to see Kieran Tierney back. Again, as I said, I don't know how true it is. I mean, Kieran Tierney must be sitting on a wage that's over £100,000. So how he comes to an agreement with Celtic about things like that, I don't know. I hope Celtic can get something over the line. As I says, not just for the love of Kieran Tierney, not just because I want him back. I want him back because he's a good player. But I'm also under no illusion that Kieran Tierney is injured a lot. So is he the right fit? Let me know if you were upset when Kieran Tierney left the last time and you don't want him back. Do you want to see Kieran Tierney back? Is Kieran Tierney the right person to bring back and put back into the left back position for you? Or do we not look back any further and we keep moving forward? Kieran Tierney's been there before. He's done it. But do you want to see him back in the green and white hoops? Let me know in the comment section. Apart from that, thank you very much for watching the video. Thank you very much for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe below. And I'll catch you on the next one. Stay safe out there, and hail, hail Celtic family. Take it easy.